So when I was first starting trading, I focused on so many different pairs and indices, at least 5 different ones, and I tried to put them all on a screen and watch what is this one doing, how is it correlated to this one, what's happening here. And all of this is making your trading take so much more time than it needs to. It's making your journey feel so much more difficult than it needs to. Because you who are watching this right now, how do you think your trading would be if you just focused on 2 pairs and you find one of them who is your favorite pair and you focus mainly on one session and master that? Then you can focus on the next session, but focus on one session first and get really profitable with that. Because it's not more pairs, it's not more sessions you need. Me personally, I'm focusing on Euro USD London session between 2 to 5 a.m. New York local time. That's it. I'm only trading, looking for setups for 3 hours a day in that pair, and I'm done no matter what. And you may think that, oh, but what about New York session? What about close the charts and go touch some grass? What about everything you need this far happens in one session? Because you have your setup and you think like an NPC. I used to think like an NPC as well. I think, oh, so my trading plan is liquidity sweep, break of structure, target this liquidity. Like, you think like an NPC. You don't use your brain. You can't think. You're not able to think critically. Yes, I have my trading plan, but all those other days, my mind is telling me, oh, my plan isn't giving me anything, so let's go for another pair, another session. That's completely wrong. You have everything you need in that pair, in that session, and if not, switch the pair, because then it's a useless pair. A lot of pairs, a lot of indices are so heavily manipulated, but people cling onto it like their life depends on it, when that pair hasn't given you anything for the last 2 to 3 months. But you still cling on to that pair. Why? I used to do the same. I used to focus so much on US 500, even though it was so manipulated, and when I switched and focused more on Euro USD, it became so much easier. Like, there's not that much manipulation. Why do you think that a lot of brokers and prop firms in the US don't even allow you to trade Forex? Think about that. So, I don't live in the US, so I can do whatever I want. I can trade whatever I want. But for those of you, I you can't obviously trade Euro USD on prop firms, but I mean, for everyone else, you can. So you have to do the best of what you can. I mean, NQ is fine as well, obviously. But what was I going to say? Yes. So I'm backtesting and I'm focusing on London session. I've been observing London session in Euro USD every single day, basically, for the last 6 months, only focusing on London session. And what I've noticed is that you need to focus, you need to watch the pair live. You can't just backtest. That's not going to give you the right intuition and the right understanding. You have to watch this live. You have to lose a lot of times, and then you have to observe. Because at this point, I already have an intuition if the pair is going to go down or up in London session, take out Asia lows or take out Asia highs most of the days. Because I studied, bro. Because I focused on watching it live. So I know exactly how fast they move the candles, how much consolidation there is need to be, and then I know, okay, it's going down. Because they can't hide this stuff. If you focus that much on one pair, they can't hide this stuff. There's so much in between the lines that they can't hide. You see how they move the market, but if you focus on 5 different pairs, you know what's gonna happen? Obviously, you don't see the volume, how they move the market. It's not going to make logical sense to you because you haven't observed one pair in one session for the last 6 months, 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. Who do you think is going to reach more success? a person who focuses on 5 different pairs the last 10 years, or a person who focuses on one pair, one session the last 10 years. He's almost going to know everything that's going to happen because he has seen this so many times. So he's going to reach more success than the guy who's focusing on 5 pairs, 10 sessions, London and New York. And I observed in my backtesting, today I backtested at 1 day in EURUSD, London session. And first I was thinking like an NPC, thinking that, oh, it took out this low, so now my plan, because I was only thinking about my plan, I have to go long. But then I was like, wait a minute. If I go long, there's only one top. There's no liquidity, obvious buy side liquidity up there. Why am I targeting this one top just because my plan is focusing on that? My plan doesn't need to work this day. And then I started to use my brain to think the market looks more bearish. We have this closer buy side liquidity, which is not at the Asia high, but it's closer. So let's see if that gets taken out first as a manipulation. And then I saw a move down. So at that point, I have my specific entry techniques. It's too difficult to go into detail here. I'm doing it in my Discord, but I have this perfect Fibonacci entry technique, and the setup in itself wasn't insanely clean. It wasn't an A+ setup, but I didn't care. I focused on what I saw on higher time frames, and I managed to find myself a setup that gave me 1 to 10 R. So if I lose, that's 1% loss. If I win, that's 10%. And it's the right timing. We saw the liquidity sweep. This is just about probability. I don't care if I lose. I care about the probability. Because I then took the entry and it went down and gave me 10R. So I can lose the next 3 to 4 times in a row, and then I can win again, and it doesn't matter because I understand that it's a game of probabilities, and I'm studying this one pair, this one session. So I have a really strong intuition about what's going to happen. So if you want to develop that kind of strategy and focus on one pair, one session, I'm almost guaranteeing you that you're going to achieve more success than the guy who's focusing on 5 pairs, 10 sessions. If you want my live market analysis on EURUSD London session, my strategy to book a call with me, anything, just click the link in my bio, go to my Discord, go to my Instagram, message me there, and we'll take it from there. So I wish you good luck, and we'll see you at the top.